question is this: did God suggest that Moses should deceive Pharaoh by requesting merely a 3-day journey into the wilderness? And so we read from Exodus 3:18, "Then they will heed your voice, and you shall come, you and the elders of Israel, to the king of Egypt, and you shall say to him, the Lord God of the Hebrews has met with us, and now please let us go 3 days' journey into the wilderness, that we may sacrifice to the Lord our God."
So the question, of course, is what are we to understand by this phrase, 3 days journey? You know, because of the words here, because they might indicate some kind of foul play, some have accused God of promoting some kinds of lies, which imply that once out of Egypt, Moses will run away with the people of Israel, right? Give us only 3 days, but really, we're leaving. Okay, this I want to tell you is absurd when you consider that there were about 3 million people who were traveling on foot at a pace of about 10 kilometers an hour, and this is very generous speed, since there was a lot to carry along with the children and also the elderly. At this pace, the Egyptian army would catch up with them in a very short time. Even if they were a few weeks away, it would not work. So what did Moses mean when he spoke of 3 days journey? Some see in here an example of bargaining, right? So there was some kind of bargaining in the text, but only from Pharaoh. You know, by the time, you know, of the fourth plague came around, Pharaoh began to bargain with Moses. He must have hated flies, because it was after this plague that we read in Exodus chapter 8:25. It says, "Then Pharaoh called for Moses and Aaron and says, 'Go sacrifice to your God in the land.'" So first it was, okay, go sacrifice, but in the land only. Then in verse 28 of chapter 8, he asked them to go not too far away. Then after 4 more plagues, Pharaoh offers a little more. We read in Exodus 10:11, "You who are men and serve the Lord. That is, the men can leave, but not the women and the children. They must stay." Once the darkness set in on the 9th plague, again Pharaoh appeared more lenient, saying that now women and children may go, but not the flocks. We read in Exodus 10:24, "All but the flocks may go." Pharaoh did indeed bargain, but there was no bargaining at all when it comes to God, right? Because it had to do with his people who were to become a nation from where the Messiah was to come. So he couldn't bargain on these things. There was no negotiation. So what did Moses really mean when he spoke of this 3 days journey? Let us remember one more time that both Moses and Pharaoh knew that this move was to be definitive. Both understood that Israel was leaving, never to return. The answer then is found in the expression 3 days. In Hebrew, the expression sheloshet yamim, the word sheloshet from the word shalosh for our English word 3. The word 3 in the scriptures may also be used to designate an undetermined length of time. Another word, shilshom, is of the same root, which is a word that is used for long, also undetermined lapse of time, as in Deuteronomy 19:6, where we read, "Since he had not hated the victim in time past." Or in Exodus 4:10, when it says, "Then Moses said to the Lord, 'Oh my Lord, I'm not eloquent, neither before nor since.'" That is for a long time. The word there is shilshom. So this word is used in also Exodus 3:18, when God himself called it a 3-day journey. He himself defined it as an undetermined amount of both, and both Pharaoh and Moses understood it this way. This is why I want to tell you it's always important to look at the different ways and expression used at the time. In short, we should look at the context, the historical context, and from there the scriptures open up.